Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. You are not given me any topic. What will I talk on?
Swamiji, whatever Swamiji feels is right.
I feel like talking nothing. Maunam Vyakhya Prakatita Para Brahma Tattvam Yuvanam Varshishtante Vasadrishiganai Avrutam Brahmanishthai Acharendram Karakalita Chinmudramananda Rupam. The whole knowledge is delivered through the eloquence of silence. Now, there is a wall. On that wall, there is a general sunlight. Because when there is a sunrise outside, there may not be electric bulbs on, yet the walls are illumined by the general sunlight. And outside the house, there is a mirror kept by somebody, and from that mirror, one ray of reflected sunlight comes and illuminates that wall. And like that, there are a dozen of mirrors outside. So there will be a dozen of spots on the wall. Now on that wall, there are two types of lights. One light is a direct sunlight, what we call as the daylight. And other is the reflected light. The daylight will not attract our mind. The reflected light will attract our mind. See? And where there is only daylight, there is only daylight. Where there is a reflected light, there are two lights. One is the daylight and second is the reflected light. But the reflected light overpowers and covers as if the daylight. See? So, when our attention is on those reflected spots of light, we will miss the substratum because of which the reflected light was possible. If there is no sun, there can't be reflected light. But if there are no mirrors, the sunlight continues to be. See? So when we are looking at those reflected spots, we get so much overpowered and enchanted by the brightness, the specific status of those spots, that in between the non-specific common light we miss. See? We are so much preoccupied with the words that the silence between the words we miss. See? When we focus attention on the words and get influenced by the words, samsara begins. And what is a word? Any word. Every word is created, number one. Number two, every word begins, remains and ends. And words have varieties. Good words, bad words, meaningful, not meaningful, melodious, harsh. This is the description of the words in general. What about the silence? Silence is uncreated, not many, and homogeneous, non-specific. Without the silence behind and in between, the words have no meaning. See, I am talking to you and you are hearing. This is just an example that you are hearing. I am talking is the truth. So when you are hearing, there are many words coming out. And the words have become many only because in between the words there is a silence. See? Like I say, Sri Ram, Sri Ram, Sri Ram. Next time I say, Sri Ram, Sri Ram, Sri Ram. Third experiment. Sri Ram, 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 Sri Ram. Every time there are many words, but the silence between the words differs. In some cases it is normal, in some cases the silence is extended, in some cases the silence is so short that we even don't recognize the silence, is it not? See. So what is that because of which the multiplicity in the words come? It is because of the silence. If there is no silence, there cannot be multiplicity in the words. Like I say, the time I took for chanting Om and the time I take for chanting Sri Ram, 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 Sri Ram. Time is the same. But Sri Ram had become many and Om was one. See friends, we are many here. Why we are many? Because in between there is emptiness, space. See friends. And a space we don't recognize. We recognize only the specific forms. Space has no form. Our mind can comprehend only the forms. See. So these are the two supports for us to use and go beyond the mind. One is the words or the sounds. Second is the forms. Therefore, what is the world? World is Nama Rupa. Wherever there is name and form, there is world. See? And if you see, our whole life is a struggle for our name or our form. See? That is how people, when they are alive, they make their own statues and put it. Do you know for what? It is a love for the birds. Because when the baby bird, Mummy, I want to go. Where should I go? Mahatma Gandhi? I'll come back. See? The world is created when we give importance to the forms. When we are shown the album, in that what is done? The same thing. This is me. This is me. This is me. This is me. No, but there are others also. It doesn't matter. You watch when the people show their albums, they show only that where they have like themselves. I can't imagine I am so beautiful. No, you don't have to imagine. Imagination is only false. Form, we are in the world. Second, name, we are in the world. Today in the afternoon, before our lecture, one of my friend, he said, Swamiji, you are wanting to go for a walk, let us go to that, what was that?
Olympic Park.
Olympic Park. We went there. And Swamiji, I want to take you somewhere and all that. I said, I know where you want to take me. Where? Khambe. On the pillars, and that pillar where my name is there. See? And when he took us and we went and saw their khamba haath laga karke. See, friends, that khamba doesn't know who is Subhash Bhargav. Nobody in the world knows who is Subhash Bhargav. See, only Subhash Bhargav knows. And he takes, ये ना मैं हूँ. See, what is world? The world is importance given to the name and the form. That is all. See, there was one, young boy got married to a girl in Bombay, in Delhi, Punjabi family. And that boy was, pretty handsome, tall, very nice looking. And the girl that he has chosen was not that beautiful and that tall and all that. So the boy's mother said, I don't mind you getting married, you love, doesn't matter. But at least find out somebody, at least little beautiful. See? What kind of girl you have found out? That one sentence was enough for the whole life. Every time something happens, the daughter-in-law will say, I am not as beautiful as you are. See? Every time the same statement. Because the world is nothing but name and form. See? And when the world becomes too much importance for name and form, I remember about a name and a form. See? One person, he told about the name and the form. So, there were two persons. You all know them. One of the biggest successful villain of Hindi film, Pran, and the other, the most successful hero, Amitabh Bachchan. Both of them got retired. See that I am telling you what is the importance of name, Naam. How the world begins with the name. So both of them retired and they used to go to a temple. So they'll go and wait for the bus will come, take. But the bus driver will take only Pran and will never take Amitabh Bachchan. One day, second day, third day. Fourth day, Amitabh Bachchan got very angry. Finally, he got into the bus and caught hold of don't worry now, caught hold of this driver. Why don't you allow me to get in? Every time you are only telling Pran, you come, not him. Why? So he said, don't become angry. We belong to a cultured society and I am following the cultural approach to life. What is the cultural approach in this thing? You refuse me to entry in this bus? He said, no. What is said? Pran jai, par bachan na jai. So Pran can go in the bus. Amitabh Bachchan cannot. See, friends, how much importance we give to the name. Observe this. One day we were going by bus to Badri Kedar. All youngsters. That time I was also young. And I always sit in the last seat. Then there is no complaint. Because if I sit in the front seat, Swamiji, see, they are not allowing me to sit here, I have to sit back. And back there is, a lot of problem and I got spondylosis. So therefore what I do, I sit myself directly in the last seat. Nobody comes to complain to me. Because there can't be any worse seat than this. So I was sitting. Now one girl came and sat next to me. Swamiji, please tell me something. I said, look here, don't ask me questions. Let us enjoy. Let us sing some songs. Or let us have filmy song going on, All the time, question was, Swamiji, ऐसा क्यों है? मुझे क्या पता क्यों है? परेशान. There are many people who suffer from the spiritual constipation. Constantly asking questions. ऐसा क्यों है? ऐसा क्यों है? खाली हो क्या? Ram. All the time, questions. So, I said, hey, let us play something. Yes, sir. I said, which is the boy whom you like to tease always? How is that boy? What is his name? Ashok. It's very good. Now, I will say that word Ashok loudly. And when he will look at you, I'll tell something in your ear, nothing I will tell, simply, and then you laugh. Look at him and laugh. And I will also. And see what happens. Because we have to play somehow, time pass. So I said, Ashok. And he said, she started laughing like mad. And Swamiji, I can't sit here anymore. And she went ahead to go and sit somewhere. That seat was free. Now Ashok gets up. Swamiji, can I sit? Yes, it's free. Acting innocent, nothing has happened. Swamiji, yes. Don't ask any questions, okay? Sing some songs. No. What did you tell her? To whom? To that Kavita? Nothing. No, why she was laughing? I said, why she was laughing? She will know. How will I know? But whatever you asked me, I told her nothing. No, it is not possible. I said, you go and ask her. No, please, Swamiji. I said, no, I take your, I swear by you. You go and ask. Finally, he read. Hey, what did Swamiji tell you? Nothing, he didn't tell me anything. No, you are laughing. Yes, I will laugh. I was laughing. Why? Who are you to question? Now he is gone. See? This is how the impact of name on our mind. See? Play next time with somebody. Gupta ji, do you know that Verma ji? Yes. He's your friend? Yes. Then I will not tell you. Why I should bring enmity between two of you? Because I never expected that he will say like this about you. See? So where there are words, samsara begins. Where there are forms, samsara begins. The load of the names and the forms is so much on our mind that we get tired. And when we sleep, exactly what happens? That time, our mind gives up the shape and the form of our own body. And when the mind has given up the shape and the form of our body, the mind is formless. Formless mind is one. And therefore, in deep sleep, we have no experience of otherness. And when we don't have the experience of otherness, there is no samsara. In deep sleep, where are we? In Australia or in India? In deep sleep, when are we? 2009 or 1942? In deep sleep, who are we? Man or woman? In deep sleep, who are we? Rich or poor? Educated or educated illiterate? All those factors which create multiplicity in the experience, those factors dissolve. But we continue to exist. Therefore, all the words create the samsara. So what is the sadhana? Keep your mouth shut. See? How to keep the mouth shut? A very simple technique. Bhagavan Sri Krishna tells this technique to Uddhav ji in Bhagavad Mahapurana. That is at the end. When Bhagavan has concluded his cinema, the curtain was to come down. Then Uddhav ji says, Bhagavan, you are going, what will happen to me, what should I do? Bhagavan says, first of all, stop crying. Most important thing. Then go to Badrinath. Move around. But don't praise anybody, don't condemn anybody. Don't evaluate anybody, don't suggest anybody. Just move in this world. Whenever we evaluate, condemn, appreciate or label anything or anybody, we create an illusion of reality in that. See? In the drama, a person is acting as a husband. The other actress is acting as a wife. Whether they are love or hatred, they know it is just a drama. Therefore, it doesn't affect them. See? When the husband calls her honey, don't call me honey. Why? I feel sticky. No. They know these only words, no meaning. In the same manner, live in this world without giving too much importance, too much comment, too much evaluation to anybody or anything. Then how to live? Time pass. How to pass the time? Now I have come to his house. Prakash, no, you are
Vijay.
Vijay, okay, Vijay. Your name. I purposely said that. Not Prakash, Andhera. Gokarna, is it not? Not the Lambakarna. Gokarna. See, we have come to his house. Now he is going to give me food. So I must say, he is really very good. Better than him is his wife. Because that time I was looking at her. But that doesn't mean he is bad. See? So say the things which carry no meaning. And time pass. Don't create friends and don't create enemies in this world. Life becomes beautiful. See, we create enemies and friends because we have given a status of reality to the world. And when we thus live in this world, we are dynamically, fully available in the world. But at the same time, we have a freedom to withdraw from the world in a fraction of moment. It doesn't take time. Our condition is like the old ambassador car. You know what is an old ambassador car? A car whose every part makes a noise except the horn. That is called as the ambassador car. Now with that car you are coming the downward slope and you have to stop. But it is the old ambassador car. You apply the brake at the top of the hill and the brake gets applied after half an hour. When you are already inside the sea. Brake laga, lekin late laga, tube light. We can't afford. Spiritual life is a freedom with which we get involved in the world in a fraction of moment. And we are able to withdraw from the world in a fraction of moment. That freedom is called as living in meditation. It is not seriousness. Many people are unnecessarily serious about spirituality. See? And once this virus goes in your head, spirituality means seriousness. All the time. And this, when you come in contact with serious Mahatmas, don't go. You will destroy yourself. You know, there was one Swamiji in Vrindavan, many years before. So, I went to him. I said, Swamiji, I want to learn Brihadaranyaka Upanishad with Bhashya from you. Swami Akhandanji told me, you go to you and learn. No, I will teach you, because nobody comes to me, at least you have come. But I will caution you. Now you are so happy, giggling, laughing. I hear your talks when you give. You will forget all that. And you will become serious stone like me. Bhagwan Bhashyakar has said, as if it is a condolence meeting. See? And the life becomes such a burden. There was one boy, he told me, Swamiji, earlier, you know, I used to really enjoy, but then everybody told me you should go to the Yuva Kendra classes. You know, the Yuva Kendra classes, most confused condition thing in the world. So I used to go for the Yuva Kendra classes. And after that, I don't know what happened. Nobody likes me. See, friends, spiritual life is not becoming serious over nothing. In one of my lectures somewhere, when my satsang was over, a dozen of Mahatmas were sitting and all that. And they kept my lecture at the last, you know, so that, you know, the sweet dish comes last, for the sweet dish people keep on waiting. And after that was over, then one serious old Mahatma came and told me, Swamiji Maharaj, you are very well read, I am very happy. Yes. But I will tell you something, because I am older than you, I have got every right to tell you. I said, no, you are never wrong. You are right, tell. Don't talk on Bhagavad Gita so lightly. Bhagavad Gita is Hindu Dharma ka Shastra Grantha. Don't talk lightly. I said, okay, I'll talk heavily. भगवान ने पता नहीं क्यों भगवद गीता बताई. बतानी थी तो हिंदी में, संस्कृत में बताई. And then we become so serious. I said, okay, I'll not tell. And then after we left, so my friend who was driving me, he said, Swamiji, why didn't you tell him? All these people make everything so serious. I said, look here, he was elder than me. We should never argue with elders. One of the foundation of spiritual life. Because when you argue, you lose your peace of mind. And we gain nothing in every argument. If you lose an argument, you are a loser. If you win an argument, you lose a friend. So losing a friend is better or losing an argument is better? The best way is never argue with anybody. When a fool calls the donkey as a horse, why do you argue with him? Hanji, Hanji, Hanji. The best way, this Hanji, Hanji I learned from Himachal Pradesh. Himachalis are unique persons in this world. He was my driver. And I have to tell, they sing, अपने को ना वो पालमपुर में जा करके कोई बात नहीं ठीक है I have not told him anything. I said I didn't tell you anything. No, कोई बात नहीं. So what I had to do, I get confused. Nothing worse. I said, therefore I did not argue with that Mahatma. He is elder. No, but I want to know, when he was telling, he said he is elder than you, there must be some truth in his telling. I said, that I do not know. But if you read Bhagavad Gita, very clearly it is mentioned, when Arjuna was crying, that time Bhagwan Krishna did not reply in the same tone. See? नये तद्विद्म कतरन्नो गरियो यद्वाजे मयदिवानो जयेयु. Arjuna was crying. Bhagwan Krishna said, Ajochanan Majojasam Prajnavatasya Bhashase. Can you imagine Bhagwan Krishna talking like this? Bhagwan very clearly, Sanjay tells, Prahasan Iva Bharata. When he delivered the whole discourse with a smile on his face, why should we talk scriptures with a frown on our face? Spiritual life is not becoming so serious as if you have consumed a handful of bed bugs. Imagine, if you consume a handful of bed bugs, instead of in a moongfali, you didn't forget our God. See? Our makeup is incomplete unless we wear a smile. See? Therefore, in this world, while living, don't become serious on any issue. Somebody will call you friend, somebody will call you enemy. Somebody will call you beautiful, somebody will call you awful. And the truth is, fool. See? And when this is not understood, many ammas come and they complain. Today one girl was complaining. So I mean, you always make fun of ladies, you know. When you have to give example, you tell only about the men, good and man. No. Examples are given only to communicate a point. In one place it happened, the same thing. USA. I am giving you, account about the farm. So, we were going somewhere. His wife came with the skirt and all that from her work. He said, hey, we are going for some Satyanarayan Puja. Swamiji is also there. You change into sari and come. No, what is wrong in that? I'll come like this thing. Swamiji, dekho, what should I tell her? She doesn't understand. We are Indians, we are Hindus, and we have to go for a puja. You cannot go in a skirt and all that. It doesn't fit and all that. No, nothing is wrong. Why don't you change then? Remove your pant, put on dhoti and come. See? You don't do that. And you want us to, I will not change. So, he says, Swamiji, this is how she argues. What should I do? I said, before you decide, I'll prepare my cup of tea and you decide among us. I went to kitchen. And then I said, hey, where is the tea leaves? So he was called. So that she was away from me. I said, now I'll tell you something. Don't tell I told you. You go and you put on sari or salwar kameez. And you come out. Then I said, then see what happens. So he went and he put on the salwar kameez and came out. Come. Why are you putting like this? Why? I got freedom. When you can put on the skirt and come to the puja, if I put on salwar kameez, what is wrong? Now see. Friends, very simple way of living. We should not be a black sheep in a white flock. See? Merge wherever you are. We don't have to prove anything to anybody. In this manner, this name and the form, when they are dealt with properly in life, see, then we continue to live in the samsara, but we are no more samsari. When I was talking somewhere, one young girl, she asked me, Swamiji, afterwards, then why do you put on this, lungi and shirt? Why don't you put on pant and shirt? I said, there are so many people here sitting with pant and shirt. If you have to go and ask them any question, what question will you ask? Uncle, where are you working? No, I never work. My wife works. Then what do you do? Eat. You go to other pant shirt fellow, you will ask him, Uncle, can you give me a lift? I have to go to a movie. And when you will drop me there, kindly get a ticket also for me. And when you have come to me, what question you have asked? You have asked me a question pertaining to the spiritual life. Then I told her, imagine a police standing on the island. Here they don't stand. They are always in the car. In India, they stand on the island. And that police doesn't have his uniform. He is with a half lungi and gamcha. And with the half lungi and gamcha, he tells, Arey Baba, ruk jana. Will anybody listen to him? So if he has to perform the duty of a police officer, he has to have a proper uniform, is it not? In the same manner, when I put on this uniform, you will come and ask me the pertinent questions. You will not ask me the question why BJP did not get and why the Congress got everything. See, friends, in this manner, when our mind becomes clear about the names and the forms, they are required for conducting the business of life, but they are not all. We are much more beyond that. Atyatishta dashangulam. Then we will not be obsessed by any name or any form. And it is for this purpose that in our scriptures, spiritual practice includes these two aspects, name and form. See? So when you are told about meditation, some of you must have been told, sit quietly, then open your eyes. Suppose Bhagavan Rama is in front of you, look at him and close your eyes and try to see him in your heart. But there you don't see Ravana. Then again you... Now after some time you go to sleep. See? So, instead of getting lost in many forms, we hold on to one form. This is the spiritual practice with reference to the obsession for the forms. Then the spiritual practice with reference to the sounds, names. Instead of so many words, we take only one word. See? When there is bhajan, kirtan, tabla, peti, and one fellow is singing and his voice is so terrible, we are praying to the Lord, oh Lord, let it be short bhajan. And then his bhajan is over, thank God, now you start second one, third one. So you can continue with all the rag, ragini, tabla, peti for 1 hour, 2 hours. But when you reduce the support, so first of all, we initiate with support. Like, when you are climbing, the base is very wide. Then you start climbing slowly upwards. So we reduce the base. So instead of so many bhajan kirtan, so many things, then we are taking only one stotra. Sri Guru Charana Saroja Raja Nijamana Mukura Sudare Marano Raguvara Vingaraja Sujo Dayaka Palajari Buddhi Natanu Janake Sumiro Bhavanakumar Varavadi Vidya Deohi Arokale Vikar Jaya Naman Gyano 15 minutes gone. Then when you become still subtler, then that stotra also we give up. And then we take only one mantra. Om Sri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Om Sri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Then that long mantra is also shortened. Om. Om. Then that one sound also is discarded to its origin. Where from the sound comes? The sound begins from the silence. So, sound is the disturbance in the silence, and when the disturbance quietens, again we come back to the sound, to the silence. So now our chanting the Lord's name will have a different dimension. And when we are thus going from the sound to the silence, then the last step, the sound is illumined, the absence of the sound is illumined, called as the silence. Then we come to know where there is a sound, there is no silence. Where there is a silence, there is no sound. These both opposites, sound and the silence, they are illumined by the one reality which is supporting both sound and silence. By the sound, it is not disturbed. By the silence, it is not improved. When we come to this cognition, then we have gone beyond the world. Going beyond the world is living in this world, but no more influenced by the world. See, friends. And this is a total freedom for every one of us. This is what in the second chapter Bhagavan Sri Krishna says, Ya nisha sarva bhutanam tasyam jagarti sayami yasyam jagrati bhutani sa nisha pashyato munehe. Where the ignorant people are awake, they are awake to the multiplicity and the multitude. And where they are sleeping to the one common substratum. The wise man is awakened to this undeniable, unnegatable, absolute presence, and he is sleeping to the multitude. Living in this experience with the help of the sound is one path. See? And when we become mature, this is told in the sadhana scheme of Kabir Pantha. What I told you is about according to Kabir Pantha. Shabad mein surat samahi. So when I say cow, so cow is a sound word, immediately a cow appears before my eyes. Because every word is indicating a form. See. Then I say elephant, immediately the elephant comes in front of the eyes. Because name and form, they always go together. When a child is born means what? A form has come into manifestation. So the moment child is born, what is the first thing we do? क्या इसका नाम रखना है? Swamiji, will you please tell what name should we write? What is the letter it has come out? D. अच्छा. लड़का है कि लड़की है? लड़की है साहब. अच्छा. डिसेंट्री रख दो. Swamiji, what is this? So, the moment the form comes into being, a name is given. And now you tell that child right from childhood that your name is dysentery. A time will come that the child will never feel bad about it. See, in Delhi there was one Himachali couple. They had one small child. Now that girl is become mother. I used to go to their house every now and then. Mahajan was their name, I still remember. So when that first child was born, a girl, and that mother of the girl, she had a very funny expression of her love. She used to call her, that small little daughter, as Mera Bangan ka bharta. Can you imagine calling a daughter Bangan ka bharta? Now when the child was small, there was no problem. So she used to come, Mummy has come, Bangan ka bharta kahan hai? Mummy, I am here. Now when she grew up, naturally that was all stopped. And when I went for her marriage, the moment she saw that I am coming for the marriage, she, from that, those fire and all that, from there she came running to me, not to hug and kiss, to put her hand on my mouth. Swamiji, don't call me by that name. See? How much the name and the form has created havoc in this world. See? If you are a Vaishnavite, don't go to Shiva's temple. See? If you do any crime, there is a prayaschitta. But if you go to Shiva's temple, there is no prayaschitta. See? And then this is how the samsara, the world is created. I went to that Kailash Manas, and when I went there near the base of this Kailash, before we started, there was an old man sitting there with dadi and all that. Swamiji is a Mahatma. So Mahatma means what? When you do namaskar to the stone, why not do to the living person? I went, no, Swamiji, don't do namaskar to me. I said, okay, withdrawn. Why argue? Then he said, I am so unlucky, I am here for last 6 months, but I could not do even one pradakshina. I don't know why I am so unlucky. I said, don't cry first of all. When I will complete my pradakshina, I will come and offer it to you, all the punya to you. I promise you, okay? Don't cry now. Really? I said, yes, you see after 3 days. So, by the way, I did a mistake. I asked him name. What's your name? My name is Vaikuntha Das. And I could not hold myself. I ran laughing. So my friends asked, what happened? I said, can there be a better joke than this? Now his name is Vaikuntha Das. If he dies here, in Kailash, and all this Kailash, the watchmen will ask, यहाँ मरा है क्या कैलाश में? Send him to Kailash लोग. Entry, write down your name. What is your name? Vaikuntha Das. भाग यहाँ से. Vaikuntha Das कैलाश में आता है. So he will be denied entry in Kailash. Then he will be sent to the Vaikuntha. So what is your name? Vaikuntha Das. Please come. Acha, where did you die? In Kailash. You died in Kailash. Go back. So neither here nor there. Why? Because of the name. See, friends, we have to just live lightly in this world. Don't give too much importance to anything. Spiritual life is living lightly in the light of wisdom. Don't carry the burden of spirituality. क्या हो गया? Spiritual हो गया. It is not a disease. One lady asked me this question in Bombay. Swamiji, how many days it takes for realization? I said 9 months, 3 days. No, you always joke. I said, no, in this case it is 2. See? Take life so lightly. When you are living lightly, cheerfully, happily, you go beyond the words. See? Happiness takes you beyond words. I'll tell you, there was one Sardarji. And he went to one out of the, town, some village for his appointment, because he was appointed there. So when he went there, there was a problem of getting some house on rent. So he went to some here and there. One real estate fellow said, yes, there is a place that, see that old building, it's a mahal of some Raja. It is there. There are many rooms available. You can go and stay there. He said, okay. But I'll tell you very clearly that there is a ghost there. That's what people say, we are not gone. Don't worry, Asi Sardar hai, sanu koi farak nahi panta. He reached there. Thak, 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 thak. One old Sardar opened the door. Hanji, Sat Shri Akal ji, aao ji tusi. इतने कमरे हैं, हाँ जी, बड़े कमरे खाली पड़े, तुसी आ जाओ विचो. Then he said, but I heard that there are ghosts here. He said, no, I am here for last 200 years. Now imagine. So when you laughed, that time you were Mr. Nobody. Mr. Nobody has no form, no name, only happiness. See? Otherwise, under the disguise of spirituality, how is he, Anusha. And then there are different brands of Namaskar. See? And I enjoy this fun in this world. Somebody comes and tells me, Swamiji, Hari Om, Sai Ram. Hari Om, Sai Ram. So if you say to Hari Om brand Sai Ram, you see the fire coming. Hari Om brand. Then other things, that I am a Sai Ram band. Swamiji, Sai Ram. Just Swamiji, Sai Ram. Just See? One lady asked me this question, elderly lady. Swamiji, I have been Bhagwan Krishna's devotee right from childhood. I said, that is his luck, what can I do? Fortunately, he didn't understand. Many times, you are saved. That's what they say, ignorance is bliss. Then she said, but my guru gave me Ram mantra. So I always get confused, what should I do? Because when my guru said you have to do Ram now, Ram, 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 Ram. But my Ishta Devata is Krishna, then what will happen? I said, look here, nothing will happen. Because there is nothing that happens after merging in the Absolute. What will happen to the drop of water which falls in the ocean? Disappears. As a drop, not as water. See, friends. Nobody even then, all the devotees of Bhagwan Krishna, they used to chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. I said, okay, I'll give you one authentic. Have you heard the bhajans of Mirabai? What she says? Payo ji maine Krishna Ratana Dhana Payo. Does she say Krishna Ratana Dhana Payo? Rama Ratana Dhana Payo. So when you are chanting the Lord's name, Rama and Krishna, both of them know, apne ko hi bula raha hai. Why you are confused? They are not confused. So the idea is remain in the relative world but transcend the relative world. You know, this experience is like what? You stand before the mirror. For what? Time pass. See? So when you stand before the mirror, we are looking in the mirror, but where is our attention? Our attention is on ourselves. In the same manner, live in this relative world, but let our attention be on ourselves. See? And when our attention is on ourselves, we are standing before the mirror. Do we complain about the quality of the mirror? No, doesn't matter. Whatever may be the mirror. मैं तो सुंदर हूँ. See, in the same manner, whatever may be the world, let us not get influenced and disturbed by this world. See, friends. So, from the multitude of the names, we reduce, pyramidize our devotion to the Lord. From the many things we come to one. Ultimately, Hari Om, Hari Om. Then, from there we extend our silence between the two Hari Oms. And thereafter we go beyond both the Hari Om as well as the silence. See? This is the path. Here we are not doing anything. We are remaining more and more alert and aware. See? This is called as the Shabdanuviddha Savikalpa Samadhi and Shabdanuviddha Nirvikalpa Samadhi. These are the techniques. Then there is another Samadhi Abhyas called as the Drushyanuviddha Savikalpa Samadhi. See? So we see so many Drushya objects. So we see many objects, we reduce them to one. Only Krishna, 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 Krishna. And when all the objects, forms are discarded, only one form remains. Only when one remains, that one dissolves. When the one is in relation to two, it remains. When the one is only, it doesn't remain. Absolutes are not multitude. Absolute is one without a second. In this manner, the mind discards all the forms, discards all the names. That mind, which is no more influenced by any name or any form, goes beyond the names and the forms. When the mind goes beyond the name and the form, it has merged in consciousness. Because what is mind after all? Mind is also the knowledge, and consciousness is also the knowledge. But mind is that knowledge where there is the differentiation between animate and inanimate. Consciousness is that knowledge where the differentiation between animate and inanimate disappears. See, consciousness is present, nay, everything and every being is present in consciousness. But there are some upadhis through which consciousness cannot express as mind those things remain inert. And those things wherein consciousness can express as mind, that thing becomes animated. Like a living body and a dead body. What is the difference? Living body is that instrument where consciousness can manifest as mind, and therefore there is enlivened expression of the body. In case of the dead body, there also consciousness is there. But that consciousness is unable to express as a mind, and therefore that body is called as a dead body. Nothing has happened to consciousness. Like a bulb with the light and without light. The bulb with the light is the one where electricity can express as light, therefore it is a live bulb. In case of other bulb, it was okay. Suddenly, kya ho gaya? There is no light because it has become fuse. What is the meaning of becoming fuse? Its capacity to express the electrical energy as light has gone away. In the same manner. See? I don't know whether you played now with this bulb you can't do. Earlier there used to be bulbs with the, the filament inside you can see. So when you are having a table lamp and all that, suddenly the light goes, oh God, now what to do. So we don't get frustrated in India. We do jugaad. Then what we do, you take the same table lamp and move it like this. Then slowly you put it and continue. In the same manner, Mahatma Ji comes, mar gaya, koi nahi beta, utho. Filament jud gaya. See, friends, principle remains the same. When we understand life in this light, see, so when one bulb fuses, what happens to electricity? Nothing. What happens to the light? Nothing. But what do we do with the bulb? Garbage. In the same manner, the body, bulb, where it has become fuse, we can't keep it, so burn it, throw it away. That's all. See how life becomes so simple. Living in this knowledge is the only way to be happy in life. If you are attempting to be happy because of the husband, because of the wife, because of the children, because of the money, because of the recession, nobody in the world can make you happy. See, we can remain happy only in the light of this wisdom. See, friends, here there is no barrier whether you should chant Om or not. Ladies ask sometimes such, peculiar questions, very obsessed with their body. Swamiji, why they say Gayatri Mantra should not be chanted by the ladies? Why so? Okay, you chant. No, but that Mahatma don't chant Gayatri Mantra because you are a woman. Why so? I said, look here. What is allowed for you? Do you do that? You are allowed to chant Om Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai. That you do? No. So that is allowed, is not done. Why that is not allowed? That is your question, is it not? Yes. This is the secret of the scriptures. Scriptures knows ladies are very intelligent. When you tell them, don't do this. No, I will do it. And they will do very sincerely. Om Bhurbhuva Swaha Tassavitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Na Prachodayata. But ladies are not allowed to do. I will do it. Om Bhurbhuva Swaha Tassavitur Varenyam. And the purpose is done. That you are chanting. That is the whole purpose. खाली पीली दुखी हो रहे. See, friends, in this manner, When the mind has taken any form, the world is created. When the mind has given up all the forms, the world disappears. See? Become more and more subtle in your perceptions. You will see how it is so simple. You are thinking that you are seeing my beautiful face, but it is wrong. What you are seeing is the light reflected on my face, not my face. If I am sitting here and there is absolute darkness, will you be able to see me? Or if I am sitting, light is there, you close your eyes, will I be seen by you? No. So what you are seeing actually is the light reflected on my face. And then that light, which is according to the shape of my face, makes an image on your retina, and that image is caught by you. So what are you really seeing? Forget about my face, forget about the light, you are seeing only the image. So what is all our experiences? Only imaginary. See? So like I look at you as an image, when I stand before the mirror, it is an image. Therefore, when I stand before the mirror, do I take the toothpaste and start applying? No, I have to do it on myself. See? And in this manner, all the forms keep the mind alive. And therefore, we are told, contemplate on the formless. How to contemplate on formless? Then we are given a very simple technique. First I told you about the sound, now I am telling about the form. Contemplate on the formless means what? Take a position when you are sitting for meditation, what it is like being a space. Now play meditation. Don't struggle. When you struggle in meditation, it is 100% wrong way. There is no struggle in meditation. It's a effortless glide into the infinite. There is no struggle. So when we are to practice that the mind should lose its form, then this is the practice. What it is like being a space, now start working on it. Space doesn't have beginning and end. So, being space is without beginning and without end. Our body has got a beginning and end. So this body cannot be me. See? The space doesn't change. All that changes cannot be the reality. The space supports all the changes in the forms, but not influenced by any form and any change. Play now meditation. And when you start playing meditation, slowly your body identification dies away. And then you get the first glimpses what it is like being formless. We are formless in deep sleep. And therefore, when we wake up out of the sleep, we are so happy, cheerful, fresh. So what was happening in the deep sleep? Our mind has given up the particular form of the body. See, take an example. Suppose you are a Sindhi and you catch hold of one papad in your hand. If you hold that papad for half an hour, what will happen? Nothing. If you hold it for 1 hour, then your hand will start giving pain. But if you continue to hold it for 12 hours, you will feel that when I will eat it. Is it not? Now during these 12 hours, has the weight of the papad has increased? Then why it was so heavy? In the same manner, small little stuff. What is that small little stuff? The body. You hold on. Right from the moment we are awake, you hold on that body. Body remains the same. There is no change in the weight of the body. But by evening, our mind gets tired of holding on to the same shape and the form of the body. Then what the mind does? Drops the body and the sound of music begins. And that time, the mind is formless. And when the mind remains for a longer period or even little period, 20 minutes, absolutely formless, even the 20 minutes power sleep is enough for you to become revitalized. So what is the problem for the mind? The problem for the mind is holding on to the shape of the body. See, friends. And when the mind is holding on to the shape of the body, the mind cannot but think with reference to that body alone. See, it is something like, this object is in my hand. Now, I don't want to leave it, lest I forget. So what I do, I have to fill in the form. So I will put the pencil in between here like this. And with this, when I will write, will not the hold on this object influence my handwriting? So if my original handwriting has to come, what I have to do? Drop this object. In the same manner, in the original beauty, the bliss, the cheer, the happiness, if that has to surface, what is required? We drop the body identification. And therefore the happiness of deep sleep is uncomparable to anything that you have in the relative world. You may indulge in anything, that happiness can never give you fulfillment. But the happiness that we experience in the deep sleep is only because the mind was merged in the absolute consciousness. So wherever there is a name and a form, samsara begins. All the spiritual practice is going beyond name and a form. See, friends. Therefore, with reference to the sounds, focus attention on the silence. With reference to the forms, focus attention on the space. Then we come to know neither the space nor the silence has any beginning or any end. They are not created. See, forms and the words, they are created, they are finite, they are many. But the space and the silence are one. The same reality is called as silence with reference to the words. The same reality is called as the space with reference to the forms. This is that. It is not created as a result of any action. It is not felt as an experience of joy or sorrow. It is not conceived as a concept by the intellect. It is being is knowing. Thus, our scriptures tell, world is where importance is given to the name and the form. You drop the importance to the name and the form. That formless, nameless, one absolute truth alone remains. That is our essential nature. And friends, we have to cognize this only once. Like we never learn swimming twice. We learn only once. Once we learn the swimming, we will never forget it. Because swimming is not a concept. It is not a feeling. It is not learned by notes. It is not learned by a mind. In the same manner, we have to just cognize our own being only once. Therefore, on the path of inquiry and knowledge, the practice is not like that of other paths, wherein you keep on repeating again, Tera tujhko arpana sulage mara Om Jai Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om